They say no one is ever truly ready for the conversation that rewrites their entire life. Not years of devotion. Not the safety of routine. Not even the kind of love you convince yourself should be enough. My name is Lauren. I'm 43. And everything shifted the night my nephew helped me into the car. Quietly, subtly, but undeniably. I've been married to Kent for 16 years. He's a good man, dependable, kind. We've built a life that checks all the boxes. Quiet breakfasts, Sunday brunches, smiling vacation photos neatly lining the hallway walls. From the outside we look solid. Whole. But behind closed doors, the cracks were beginning to spread. Long silences over dinner, conversations that barely skimmed the surface, and a heavy solitude that settled once the lights dimmed. It all unraveled at a family gathering hosted by my sister-in-law Monica. She'd organized a birthday celebration for her son, Ethan, who had just turned 23. Ethan, the golden child. Brilliant, kind-hearted, effortlessly charming. He had that magnetism that pulled people in without even trying. We had always shared something special. I never had children, and somewhere along the way, Ethan filled a quiet space inside me I didn't even know I'd been reserving. A bond deeper than family, though never spoken aloud. That evening was filled with laughter and wine, the kind of warmth that lets you pretend everything is okay. Kent, as usual, had too much to drink and was dozing off by dessert. As I went to help him up, Ethan appeared beside me. "Aunt Lauren, let me get that," he said gently. His tone unusually firm, protective. There was something different about him. Older somehow, grounded. He helped me get Kent into the car, then into bed when we returned home. Every movement of his was considerate, careful, as if he was trying not to disturb the silence I had wrapped around my life like a blanket. After Kent fell asleep, Ethan and I ended up in the kitchen. He handed me a glass of water, his gaze steady and searching. "Are you okay?" he asked. "I'm fine," I replied automatically, the way people do when they're anything but. He paused, clearly wrestling with something. "Can I talk to you about something personal?" I nodded, heart suddenly racing. "What is it?" I asked, my voice coming out quieter than I intended. He took a deep breath, running a hand through his hair the same way he did as a nervous child. "I think I'm falling for someone," he said. "But it's complicated. She's older. Much older." I froze for a second, chuckled nervously. "Ethan, that's natural. People have crushes." "It's not a crush," he interrupted, eyes locked on mine. "It's you, Lauren." The air vanished from the room. I stared at him, waiting for him to say he was joking. "Ethan, that's not funny." "I'm serious," he whispered. "I know how this sounds. But these feelings, they've been building for years. I just didn't understand them until now." I stumbled back a little, my knees unsteady. "I'm your aunt. I'm married to your uncle. I'm over 30 years older than you. This can't happen. It's wrong." But he didn't step back. "I've dated women my age. I've tried to move on. I thought maybe it was admiration. But it's not. And tonight, watching you care for Kent, it hit me. I couldn't pretend anymore. I couldn't speak. A part of me wanted to shut the moment down, end it with finality. But another part, one buried deep, untouched for years, was listening. Curious, even flattered. "Ethan," I finally murmured. "This can't lead anywhere." "I know," he said gently. "I'm not asking you for anything. I just needed to be honest." Then he stepped closer, just enough that I could feel his breath. The way he looked at me, like I was still seen, still wanted, was more than I'd felt in years. His fingertips brushed mine as he reached for the glass in my hand. The tension between us crackled, electric and undeniable. "I see you, Lauren," he said. "Not as my aunt, as a woman. And I care about you." That night no lines were crossed physically. But emotionally something shifted. Something irreversible. We stood far too close, and I didn't move away fast enough. The moment lingered, stretched out like a whispered secret. And when it finally passed, I felt like I'd stepped out of a dream I didn't even realize I'd entered. In the days that followed, Ethan kept his distance. But when our paths crossed, his eyes always said more than his words. He was waiting, hoping. Kent, perhaps sensing something he couldn't name, became more affectionate, bringing me coffee in bed, reaching for my hand more often. Every kind gesture felt like both comfort and punishment, a reminder of the secret I now carried. I should have felt secure. Instead, I felt exposed. Guilt doesn't just show up in shameful moments. It colors everything, even tenderness. Ethan, for his part, remained polite, distant, but his presence lingered like a shadow. Each message he sent, each small offer to help, reignited what I tried to suppress. Then one afternoon he pulled me aside. "I don't want to make things harder for you," he said. "But I can't pretend this isn't real. I've tried." I stood frozen, torn between the life I had built and the ache that had quietly awakened inside me. "I'm not asking you to make a choice," he added softly. "I just don't want you to lie to yourself." That night, I cried silently in bed beside Kent. I didn't sleep. I replayed every look, every word, every stolen moment. I knew drawing that boundary had been the right thing to do. But the heart doesn't always obey the mind. Sometimes the deepest betrayals aren't the ones acted out, they're the ones we feel in silence. The ones that live in the pause between what's said and what's buried. I don't know where this road leads. I just know it began with a wine glass, a birthday party, and a nephew's gentle touch. An ordinary moment that made me question everything I thought I knew about loyalty, love, and myself.